Oh boy, my friends. Let's talk about exes, those past chapters in our love lives. Some people have one, maybe two. Me, oh honey, my list is longer than the credits of an epic movie. It's like I was collecting them. Not by choice, of course. People would say, "Vice, you've had so many partners." And I just laugh. It's not like I planned it. I wasn't trying to break a record or anything. I was just a hopeless romantic, always diving headfirst into the deep, murky waters of love. I wore my heart on my sleeve, ready to give it all away, thinking each time, this is it, this is the one. You see, I was a believer. I believed in forever, in destiny, in all those cheesy lines you hear in movies. Every time I met someone new, I would immediately picture our future together. I'd imagine our cute little house, our two dogs, and maybe even our matching pajamas. I was so eager to find the one that I probably scared a few of them away with my intensity. My friends would tell me to slow down, to take it easy, but I couldn't help it. When I fall hard. It's like jumping off a cliff without a parachute, just hoping someone will catch you at the bottom. Spoiler alert, most of the time I just hit the ground. Splat! The journey through my X-Files is a roller coaster of emotions. It's a mix of sweet memories, bitter tears, and a whole lot of what was I thinking moments. Each relationship was a different flavor, a different lesson. It's like going to an ice cream shop and trying every single flavor from the sweetest strawberry to the most bitter dark chocolate. Some were sweet and simple, while others were complicated and left a bad taste in my mouth. But you know what? I don't regret any of it. Each scoop, each heartbreak, taught me something new about myself and what I truly want in a partner. So why so many? Maybe I was just looking for love in all the wrong places, or maybe I was just looking for a love that I wasn't ready to give to myself yet. I was searching for someone to complete me, not realizing that I was already whole on my own. It was a long and messy process, full of detours and dead ends. But it was my journey. It was the path I had to take to find my way back to the most important person in my life. Me. So buckle up, because we're about to take a trip down a very crowded memory lane. It's going to be a bumpy but hilarious ride. Let's start with Exhibit A, my high school sweetheart. Ah, young love. It was all about holding hands while walking home from school, sharing a single order of fries and writing cheesy love letters on scented stationery. He was my first everything, my first kiss, my first heartbreak. We thought we were going to be forever. We even planned our wedding, for goodness sake. We were so innocent, so naive. The breakup was simple but devastating. We were just growing in different directions. He wanted to be a doctor, and I wanted to be, well, me. It was my first taste of heartbreak, and it felt like the world was ending. Then came college, a whole new jungle with a new set of wild animals. Exhibit B was the bad boy. You know the type, mysterious, rides a motorcycle and has that I don't care about anything attitude that for some reason is incredibly attractive when you're 18. Our relationship was a whirlwind of passion and drama. It was exciting, unpredictable, and completely unsustainable. He was a storm and I loved dancing in the rain. But eventually the storm passed, leaving a lot of damage in its wake. I learned that passion isn't enough to build a relationship on. You need stability, you need respect, and you definitely need someone who actually cares. After the bad boy, I dated Exhibit C, Mr. Perfect. On paper, he was everything a person could want. He was smart, handsome, came from a good family, and treated me like a queen. He opened doors for me, bought me flowers, and always remembered our Monthsaries. But something was missing. It felt boring. It was like eating plain vanilla ice cream every single day. It's nice, but you start craving some sprinkles, some chocolate sauce, some excitement. I realized that I didn't want a perfect relationship. I wanted a real one, with flaws and imperfections, with someone who I could be my crazy authentic self with. Finally, there was Exhibit D, the best friend. This one was tricky. We were friends for years before we decided to cross the line. It felt safe, comfortable, and easy. He knew all my secrets, my insecurities, and my weird habits, and he loved me anyway. But the romantic spark just wasn't there. It felt like I was dating my brother, which is just, ew. We tried to force it, but it just made things awkward. The breakup was painful because I didn't just lose a boyfriend, I felt like I was losing my best friend too. It taught me that some relationships are better left in the friend zone, and that's okay. Now let's get to the really juicy part. The heartbreaks that came with a +1. Yes, I'm talking about the third party, the cheaters. Oh, the drama. I remember one ex, let's call him Mr. Two-Timer. I thought we were so happy. I was busy planning our future, while he was busy planning his schedule to see me and someone else. Finding out was like a scene from a telenovela. There was crying, shouting, and a lot of dramatic door slamming. The pain was indescribable. It wasn't just heartbreak. It was a betrayal of the deepest kind. It shattered my trust not just in him but in my own judgment. The feeling of being cheated on is a special kind of hell. You start questioning everything. Was I not enough? Is she prettier than me? What did I do wrong? You replay every moment, looking for clues you might have missed. It's a toxic cycle of self-blame and insecurity. It took me a long time to realize that his infidelity had nothing to do with my worth. It was about his weakness, his lack of character, his inability to be honest. It was his problem, not mine. But oh, the process of getting to that realization was a long and tear-soaked journey. I probably cried enough to fill a small swimming pool. Moving on from a relationship where trust was broken is like trying to glue a shattered vase back together. Even if you manage to piece it back, the cracks will always be there. You become more cautious, more guarded. You build walls around your heart to protect it from getting hurt again. For a while I became a detective in my succeeding relationships. I would check phones, question every late night, and look for signs of trouble everywhere. It was exhausting. I was so afraid of being hurt again that I was sabotaging any chance of a healthy, trusting relationship. It's so hard to move on when you're not ready. Friends will tell you, just forget him, or there are other fish in the sea. But it's not that simple. Your heart needs time to heal. You can't just switch off your feelings like a light bulb. I tried to rush the process. I went on rebound dates. I tried to distract myself with work, but the sadness would always creep back in when I was alone. I learned that you have to allow yourself to feel the pain. You have to grieve the loss of the relationship and the future you envisioned. Moving on is a process, not a race. After collecting a museum's worth of exes and heartbreaks, I finally hit a wall. I was tired. I was tired of crying, tired of being disappointed, and tired of giving pieces of myself away to people who didn't deserve them. I looked in the mirror one day, and I didn't recognize the person staring back at me. I was a collection of scars from past relationships, a shadow of my former vibrant self. That was my wake-up call. I decided to take a break from dating. No more boys, no more drama. It was time to focus on one relationship that I had been neglecting for far too long, the one with myself. I started dating myself. I took myself out to nice dinners. I bought myself flowers. I went on solo trips. I learned to enjoy my own company. I rediscovered my passions, my hobbies, the things that made me happy before I started looking for happiness in someone else. It was awkward at first, but slowly I started falling in love. I fell in love with my own strength, my resilience, my humor, and my ability to love so deeply. I realized that I didn't need someone to complete me. I was already complete. I was the main character, the star, and the director of my own life. This journey of self-love was the most important one I've ever taken. It taught me that my worth is not determined by my relationship status or by how someone else treats me. My worth comes from within. Having a long list of exes doesn't make you a failure, it makes you a survivor. It means you were brave enough to love, to risk getting hurt, and to get back up every time you fell. Each ex was a teacher, and each heartbreak was a lesson that shaped me into the strong, fabulous person I am today. I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything. So to all my friends out there who feel like they're unlovable because of their past, listen up. Your past does not define your future. Your exes are not a reflection of your worth. They are just stepping stones on your journey to finding the love you deserve, starting with the love you give to yourself. Learn your lessons, heal your wounds, and when you are ready, open your heart again. But this time, do it not because you are looking for someone to save you, but because you have so much love to share. And that, my friends, is the real happily ever after. Unkaboggable.